Hello, it's Jay, back with another vocal study video where a part of my no ums, no ahs project is to just improve my vocal performance, how I speak, try and make that more engaging, more natural. I don't know about natural. It's probably all my umming and ahhing was quite natural, but to develop better vocal skills. And yes, being natural before was being natural with precious little, well, with limited vocal skills, and I'm working to consciously improve that. And one of the ways I'm trying to improve that is to go through vocal videos that I find online, do a little bit of a study, and then report back here to try and integrate it into my practice. We'll see with this one if I do integrate it into my practice, but it's got some interesting concepts going for it, which I can see if I could integrate them into just naturally how I speak, there could be improvements there. So this is a useful vocal scale for speakers by Drrn McSty of the channel Improve Your Voice. And it's an introduction to something that's called the Lnkltr vowel tree, which is, as he says, he's taking it from a book by Krstn, Lnkltr, called Freeing the Natural Voice. And apparently there's a whole institute and stuff like that of people who teach this method of speaking. You could really, I mean, as with all things, you can go down the rabbit hole. He hasn't been taught how to teach it, though he has been taught a bit of he's been taught the Lnkltr method, and he finds it useful for some of his clients. So this is how he describes it, is as kind of using imagination with trying to introduce using your imagination with your voice, getting less having a less rigid voice, opening up your range. It's a way of thinking different about the dynamics of your voice, whether that's kind of rhythm, cadence, and stuff like that. But this is if you feel like you're maybe you get a bit monotone in your speech. So to try and think, this is an imaginative way of trying to open up your range and be a little less rigid. And what it does is it wants you to think of different sounds coming from different parts of your body. And obviously this is imaginative. Everything is coming from right here with, the oxygen and all that. But there's a certain system. What this is taking your whole body and using that as an imagination of, here are where sounds come from. So the different parts this is the whole body going from the legs and pelvis all the way to the crown of the head, and assigning a different sound with each one, which it does sound sort of silly, but it's an imaginative framework to put on things to try and make you open up and be a little less rigid, a little bit less focused on just the vocal box here, because you get so tight and thinking about that. It's like, no, we're playing. And so with this, they're dividing the body up into various areas. So from the leg and the pelvis, you're getting the zoo sound. Zoo. Imagining that's where the sound is reverberating from. Zoo. And then we've got they've got the belly. Whoa. And we've got the solar plex. We've got the solar plexus. Sure. We've got the chest. Goo. Heart. Ma. Lips. Lips are the mouth, ha 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 ha. Got the mid cheeks, ba. Cheekbones, de de de. Eyes, pay. You've got the forehead, ki ki ki. And then you've got the crown of the head, which is, he does a very high trill, but so you're going from the zoo to and trying to, and so this is one of these things of, it's an introduction to the idea of a way of thinking about vocal dynamics. It's getting you so much out of, oh, I have to force it all from my my voice box here to going, no, it's coming from my legs and my solar plexus. Ooh, I am talking like this from the solar plexus, or I'm up here and I'm talking up here from here and like this, or ooh, I'm talking from my chest like here. But that idea of giving yourself of freeing yourself up. A part of it is just play. So much of this seems to be of relaxation. I think it's one of these things it's a video that is not the end all and be all. He wants to introduce you to the concept of it. If it's a concept that interests you, you could go out and you could find Freeing the Natural Voice by Krstn Lnkltr, or you could just find, apparently there are Lnkltr teachers out there that might give you a little bit more on that. So you can, but just that idea of like freeing your body up and finding all the voices up right for the crown, right down to the zoo, to the legs and stuff like that, and using your whole body as this sounding board, even if it's just more of an imaginative thing that just frees up what's actually going on here. You're freeing it up. You're getting it from your right down here all the way up to here. I can't go very high. I can if I go like that, but finding the part of that is going to be finding your vocal range, but also seeing where the sound is coming from and where you'd like to project the sound from. That heartfelt sound. Ma. It's interesting. It's ma, da, ma, da, ma, da, ooh, ba, dee, day. It's very silly. But I think a part of it is its silliness is to just sort of open things up that way. So yeah, that has been my little vocal report this time, and I think it's a useful one. It's all about play and imagination in your voice and where your voice comes from. Is it coming from up the top, out of your crown, or is it coming down, legs, pelvis here? Talking, I don't know. That's me kind of sounding gruff, but where would I would have it here. I could have it here, and I would be talking sort of like myself, and then I can be talking here, and then I can be talking here. There is a vocal range, and it's one of these things of, the more you free up your body, the more you could access that when you're trying to communicate your points, which is a really good thing. Really good thing. Gravitas, or whatever, play. So yeah, that's this one. I've been Jay. More videos later.